Hey guys, it's Julian and today I'm back at the park. Last video took place at the park as well and I'm really starting to like it. It's a nice background. It's nice to be outside in the sun and next to a couple of trees. It's nice to be around nature. And today's topic is about manifestation, or as some call it, the law of attraction. So manifestation in the simplest form is basically your thoughts coming into reality, but it's not just thoughts, it's thoughts that have feeling and emotion behind it, and it's consistent thoughts that you just can't stop thinking about. And sometimes you can't control it, sometimes it happens without you even noticing it, but you thinking about something and you putting it out there to the world multiple times a day, you saying it out loud to yourself multiple times a day with thought and emotion behind it, that you're eventually gonna get whatever you're thinking about. It's eventually gonna be transformed into reality. It's gonna work. Some of you may not even know about this, and it's happened and you haven't even noticed, but the more that you put out your thoughts and the more that you say what you want and the more that you call it out to the universe per se, it eventually comes true. But like I said, it has to come with emotion and feeling. It can't just be a thought. And I say this like anybody could say, I want to become a millionaire, or I want to be wealthy. And you could keep putting that out there in the world, but if you actually don't mean it, and if you actually don't care too much about it, and you're just doing it because somebody else told you to do it, and you're like, oh wow, this is insane, I never knew this was possible, let me just throw it out there to the world. And you throw it out there to the world with no feeling and emotion behind it, it's not going to come true to you, because you actually have to have faith. With manifestation and the law of attraction, you actually have to have faith in whatever it is that you're thinking about to come true. You can't go into things blindly thinking that it's going to work. You can't go into this blindly thinking that it's going to work. It's really important. Really, mainly the only thing is to have the thought and the feeling behind it, because if you don't have that behind it, then it's never going to work for you, and you're maybe just going to be mad at the person that told you about it, or be mad at yourself maybe because you're doing something wrong, and you are doing something wrong. Because like I said, it can't just be the thought, it has to be the feeling and the emotion behind it. I don't want to repeat myself too much, so yeah, just that. And with this, you have to be ready, because there's a trick to it. There's a whole trick to this. You have to be ready to receive it and to claim your thought transformed into a reality, like if it was already yours to be claimed, like if it's just awaiting the claim. Whatever it is that you're thinking about, that you know, because it's a feeling that you know that it's going to come into reality, you have to be ready to claim it. Like if it's already yours, and you have to be ready to receive it, or else it won't work. An example of someone that you might have heard of or might have not heard of, but I know you guys have heard of the company Ford for a fact. And I'm going to be talking about the founder of Ford, which is Henry Ford. So Henry Ford was one of the many people that used the law of attraction to his advantage. Henry Ford, to many people, was considered uneducated because of the fact that he didn't attend much of school like us on a regular basis, for example. But he used that passion and that drive for machinery to his benefit. He created a perfect team, as one would say, and it worked out for him. And it all started out with an idea. It all started out with a thought. And then he used that passion for what he loved to manifest an idea into reality. And it takes a smart man to do that. It takes a smart man to build the team that he did. It takes a smart man to build a whole entire company, a successful one, because 9 out of 10 businesses fail. But the fact that he put so much emotion and feeling behind his idea, that he loved machinery and he knew that he wanted to do something with machinery, and eventually it clicked, and eventually he knew what he wanted to do, and he executed the plan perfectly. Since Henry Ford wasn't an educated man and didn't know answers to such common questions, he hired or formed a mastermind team that did all of this for him. That is basically the story of Henry Ford in a simplified version. You guys can go look into it yourselves. It's pretty interesting. Some other people that used the law of attraction to their benefit were Jay-Z, Steve Harvey, Jim Carrey, Arnold, I don't want to pronounce his last name, but you know who I'm talking about. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. A whole bunch of known people, a whole bunch of people that you guys know and consider to be celebrities and famous people, a whole bunch of them, they use the law of attraction to their advantage, and it put them into the place where they are today. This just goes to show that you guys can do this too. Most of the people that you guys look up to and most of the people that you consider your idols, they have done this to put them in the position where they are today, just by turning a thought or an idea into reality. You guys can do this too, but you guys have to remember that that idea has to have emotion and feeling behind it. It can't just be a thought, like I mentioned previously. So my last message to you guys is, if you're new to the channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, and throw a comment down below. I do respond to all my comments, and I love interacting with each and every one of you guys. And thank you guys for the support that you guys have been showing me lately. I really do appreciate it. And thank you guys. Have a good one.